What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak about a recent episode of Run It Back when they were talking about Luka Doncic, right? And could Luka Doncic carry the Lakers to the Western Conference, right? Get to the finals. So now, my take on it, like I like Luca. Luca is like offensively. Luca is a very like he one of the best in the league offensively. I very hard to very hard to stop. But defensively is that is where like the chink in Luca armor is. So in order for Luca, in my opinion, in order for Luca to be able to get the Lakers into the Western Conference Finals, I think that Luca will have to the team will have to surround Luca with better defenders, right? Almost like like what Allen Iverson had when he took the Philadelphia 76ers, right? You know, they were a defensive team and Allen Iverson was their primary scorer. And so when with Luka, you would definitely need to surround him with like all defensive basketball players because Luka is not going to the defense is plain and simple is just his weakness. You know, that's the chink in his armor. So with that being said, I'm going to play the audio from the Run It Back podcast and get their take on it. Then I'm gonna come back and give my take on it.
14 from 3, 7 rebounds, 11 assists. It's his 8th 40-point game this season. 20 of LeBron's 24 points came in the first half.
That's fun in Chicago.
Yeah, right. It's a great city. Okay, Luka has a performance like that. It's funny with this conversation with the Lakers. Yesterday, we're like, it's like a Jekyll and Hyde. We can't figure out who they are, what they are. Are they good? And then Luka does this, and you're like, oh, wait a minute. Could they go to the conference finals? Like, what did this do for you in your view of the Lakers?
No, I still feel the same about the Lakers. I think right now they're a middle of the pack team until they clean up on a defensive end. Last night was nothing different from me. I've seen Luka Doncic do this a number of times. This is his 8th time doing this season. So when you see a performance like that, I think classic Luka. I think this is who he is. This is what he's capable of doing. This is also somebody that I've watched, average a triple-double for an extended amount of time. So when he has these big scoring outbursts and he's able to get everybody involved with 11 assists to go with a 46 piece, I think nothing different. Unless there's something that they can do on a defensive end that changes the outlook of how this season is going. Other than that, I think this was another night at the office for Luka. Great night, flashy night. It looked like those guys were having fun. It looked like it was a vibe in Chicago last night. LeBron James was on the rim. Jackson Hayes was on the rim. Luka threw a pass behind his back from one side of the floor to the other to get a great 3-point look. Like it looked like they was just having a lot of fun. But all of those things are on the offensive end. I got to start seeing them create an identity and see who they are on a defensive end to even start talking about the conference finals right now, especially with the way that OKC is moving, the way that Houston is still moving, and the way that the San Antonio Spurs are still moving. I still can't see them getting through those teams that have clear defensive identities right now, and the Lakers don't have that at all. They do have one of the best scorers in the world, but as we can tell right now with their record and where they stand in the West, it's going to take them to guard somebody for this to be something different for another outlook besides what he did last night.
All right, so that was Lou Williams, right? And I agree with him. You playing in the same conference as you got in the Western Conference. You do have OKC over there. They play tough defense. Then on top of that, you have Houston. They're a very good defensive team with their coach Ime Udoka. He stressed defense. Then you have the Spurs. They play really good defense, and they got Wembanyama protecting the rim. So it's not going to be enough. Like Luka did have a 40-point game and all those assists and stuff like that. That's cool, but that's not going to be enough. They're going to have to make up their mind, like as a team, that they're going to be able to have to defend people, right? And so, like I said, the way you do that with a player like Luka, and Luka is not the first player to come to the NBA who like was defensively just was like a weak player. And other teams have found ways around that. You know, like I said, you got to surround him with better defenders, you know, because he's such a dynamic scorer. You know, you're not really going to get defense out of him. So you got to have dynamic defenders around him. So let me see what the other guy, the co-host, says on here about Luka.
Yeah, it's the same story, different day, right? Like, we're going to be mesmerized and blown away by half the stuff that we see them do on the court. Like last night, that was Lakers, Showtime, Luka, Dime, Jackson Hayes. I mean, I haven't seen a guy go between the legs in a game in a really long time, but some of these highlights, this is awesome. And this is the type of player that you want in LA and that market with the purple and gold on. Like, that is not a normal transition pass to throw it cross court behind the back. They look.
Yeah, I wish I was showing you these replays, man. Because what Luka did, he was on the right side of the court and threw the ball through traffic behind his back to the left side of the court and hit the guy in the corner for a 3-pointer. Right, that was a crazy pass. That was crazy.
They have fun when they're rolling like that on offense. There's a stat here: they're 13-3 when Luka has 10 plus assists. To me, that shows me that they're a better team when they're balanced, and you're getting 15 from Rui, you're getting 12 from Vando, you're getting 10 from Marcus Smart, and it's a more balanced attack because it makes them that much more difficult to guard. Like, offensively, we know what he's going to do, and it is so fun to watch. And I do think, you know, if the Western Conference, obviously this year it's going to be tough with those teams, but he's led a worse team to the finals before in Dallas, and if they do get the proper pieces around him by the deadline or his time in LA, he's going to always have the Lakers kind of right there in that 1 through 4 or 5 seed, and they're always going to be relevant when you have a Luka on your team, just because you can't stop him. And the defensive part, he's never going to be a first team all defense. Like, it's effort and it's willing to care, and it's being a good team defender. It's being help side. It's stepping up and taking charges. And the other night, I will say, I forgot who they played, but they were going at him 5, 6, 7 times in a row, and he held his ground. He cut off baseline. He was making extra efforts. Like, that's all they want to see. They want to see him do it on both sides of the ball. Just try, and then go get 46 and go 15 for 25, because they can't stop you on the other end. So if you stop them, you got a real good chance of winning, because you are going to score a lot of points with that dude on your team.
Dude, 37.
So yeah, now just imagine if Luka made up his mind that he was going to play defense, right? I mean, not on ball defend. He's not going to ever be a great on ball defender. But if he played team defense and help defense, man, that would even make a difference. Like I said, Luka Doncic is not the first NBA basketball player who didn't have, you know what I mean, who wasn't really a good defender. You know, you have guys come through it where defense is not their strong suit, but he puts in, like, his effort on defense is like, it just seemed like he'll score a basket and just go sit down on the bench until they get the ball back. Almost, you know, that's almost what it's like with Luka, because it's 4 on 5, you know, out there with him, because he just refused for some reason to play defense.
0.3. I'm adding the point this time because it's important. Points a game in the last 4 on the road. That's insane to me. A lot of points. I know. I mentioned the fact that LeBron had 24 points last night. 20 of those came in the first half. So 4 in the second, Chandler. Like, take me through that as a player. How's that work?
Honestly, I think this is what the game is going to call for him at this point of his career. He did what he had to do. He got him off to a great start. Luka started going bonkers in the second half, but he's still doing all the little things. And we knew he was going to be a man wearing multiple different hats this year for this team. Sometimes he's going to play that point forward offense and just initiate. Sometimes he's going to be aggressive and get downhill, get out in transition, and do things like this. You can play through him in the post. You can play him at point forward. You can play through him on the elbow. He can be so effective in so many different spots that I don't even look at this like a negative that he had 4 points, because it's almost like, okay, I'm going to be aggressive early. Now, Luka, it's your turn. Now, Austin Reeves, I'm going to go out for 8 minutes. Now you go. And they're going to have that. Oh, no, was that my service? They're going to have that luxury with those 3 guys.
Yeah, yeah, LeBron did, you know what I mean? Like I like the way like LeBron just in spurts because LeBron James is he's up in age, and then that's all you could really expect from LeBron, just to in spurts, just be effective in spurts, but not like throughout the whole game. But like I was saying about Luka, man, if Luka make up his mind that he's gonna play any kind of defense, um, everybody's in trouble because I mean, offensively ain't no doubts where his game is offensively. Defense, though, if he make up his mind he's gonna play any kind of defense, then the league will be in trouble. But so that's my take on it. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment, and I'm gonna check you all out in the next video. Peace.